Thank you. Before I start my formal, with your permission, Mr. Chairman, I would like to say 3 personal notes about the current situation. Last night I came from Tel Aviv, Israel, over here, and thank you for the Economist impact for inviting me. I'm honored to be here. 3 points. The first 2 I don't have any answers to, I must admit. Exactly a month ago, on October 7th, I was sleeping at my home, and at 6:30, I heard a siren, which woke me up. Now, it was a holiday in Israel, peaceful, very peaceful days. Nothing should happen at that time. And I wonder, am I dreaming? And my wife, and as you know, women have better senses than us, and she says, Uzi, it's a siren. Let's go to the safe room. I said, no, what siren? What are you talking about? I opened the television, and all the alerts from the Israeli Defense Forces on the screen go to the safe room immediately. In Tel Aviv, where we live, we have 45 seconds from when we hear the siren to go to the safe room. We went with our pajamas and stayed at the safe room. And since then, I asked myself, what made thousands of terrorists cross the border to Israel to make this massacre, to kill infants and children and wives and rape girls, and 5,000 injured, 245 kidnapped? And to be honest, I don't have an answer to it. This is the first point, which probably for all my life I will not have an answer. The second point is that since then, all our children and grandchildren live in Tel Aviv, and we meet them almost every day. They come to visit us, we go to visit them, and we play with them. And every day, 2-3 times, we have a siren. We stop playing and we run with them, with the young children, to the safe room. And when we get to the safe room, I want to open the television and news to know what's happening, but the children are there. I don't want them to see what's happening. So we put kids' movies instead and look at the cell phone, the iPhone, whatever, and to understand what's going on, and we wait 10 minutes and we go out. And another question I have no idea what influence this situation, staying at the safe room with the siren, will have on my grandchildren when they grow up and become adults. I have no answer to that. The third point, which I definitely have an answer, is that a few days ago, I had some small thoughts. Maybe I'll not come to this conference. Maybe I should stay with my family in Tel Aviv. And then I said to myself, no, 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 no. We must continue our routine. We must continue the progress of our projects. This is our strength, and this is what we have to do, and I have to come. So I think this coming here gives me a very good feeling that at the end, we must keep the hope above the hatred. This is my big message for the coming future, for all of us, not only for our state, for Europe, for Cyprus, for Greece, for everyone. We must keep the hope above the hatred. Once this said, let me please go back to the reality and present you what we call is that economic development by innovation ecosystem. That's what we do. And I'll go directly to a success case we have done in Israel, in a city called Sheva, by the way, 40 kilometers from Gaza. But this is the good answer to what should be done in the region totally against all terrorism. And you see very nice buildings, but the issue, to my opinion, is not just the buildings. The issue is creating an ecosystem. What is inside the buildings, around the buildings, this is the most important. And you see in 2013, 10 years ago, it was a desert. South of Israel, most of it is a desert. We had nothing. We had no high-tech in this city of Beersheba. And when we started, we moved to, after 10 years, to have 5 buildings. Fifth building is under construction now with 60,000 square meters and 80 companies. Many of them are very, very prestigious international companies. And as you see, this is the list of most of the companies. Philippos, you can see PwC here as well. They are at our high-tech park in Sheva. They are part of it. And this is a very, very hard work to bring all these companies to open their branches of R&D. 4,000 employees are working on R&D in this city. Remember, 10 years ago, there was no one. And we are very proud of that. Part of the companies that are located organization is the Cyber Emergency Response Team of the government. They are located in our park. This is a civilian, non-military, defensive organization to protect all utilities, cities, airports, municipalities from cyber attacks. And unfortunately, this becomes more and more popular, or demand for it these days. We are doing a holistic work at the park. That's when I talk about ecosystem, the buildings are part of it, but mainly connecting all the dots together is the most important. What's the outcome of what we have done in this city? So instead, we have, as I said, 4,000 employees. We're going to go up to 10,000 when we finish the park. We develop one building by the other. And the salaries, of course, went up in the city of Beersheba because high-tech salaries are higher, and the expenditure, what they buy, rent, education, all these uses, give the city additional $250 million a year. And when we go up, we finish the project, it will be $1 billion additional expenditure to the economy of the city. That is how we develop the region, by employees and by expenditure. We developed a model which is mainly for the ecosystem, and the first 6 pillars we believe are the most important. There are others, but the first 6 pillars, the first one is academia. We believe academia and is very important. We have Ben-Gurion University partnering with us in this high-tech park or ecosystem because they have the research, they have the graduates, and they have the know-how, and we use it, and the companies use it very much. You can see here Mr. General Secretary de Sachki in Thessaloniki. I'll talk about it in a minute, the project we're doing in Thessaloniki with the Tesintech. Then we have the government support. So we are doing a project in Greece, in Brazil, in Israel, as I mentioned, and we put the flag of Cyprus as well, because it came up to my mind that strategically, we might need to have an ecosystem in Israel, an ecosystem in Greece, in Thessaloniki, that's where we work, and one in Cyprus. So this is, according to the government's collaboration, can be a very good impact on the high-tech, on the strategy of developing high-tech and innovation in this region. Creating communities is very important, taking all the employees, the startupists, into one group, making events from them, lecturers, conferences. This gives them a very special spirit to be part of it. Our partners, I said Ben-Gurion University and the municipality in Beersheba. In Thessaloniki, we have a JLTLV, which is a real estate fund from Israel, and Tesintech, which is a local Thessaloniki nonprofit organization, or we collaborate together with. The companies, as you've seen, are very important. We believe we have to bring anchor to each building, and the startups are coming around it. And you saw some very important companies like Dell EMC was our first anchor, or some cyber companies, And the startups are, once they see there's an anchor in this ecosystem, they start coming up and give services to this company, and that's how they get investments. So, of course, we have incubators and others. And the very important last one is the human capital. And we are fortunate to have a very strong human capital in high-tech in Israel, but in other locations, we have to give courses, we have to teach them to become good cyber employees, etc. And this is part of what we do to develop the ecosystem. Basically, we do an assessment and development and manage it. And the fields that we are expert in are cyber, as I mentioned, against civilian cyber, defensive one for utilities. We tried to talk with the government about a civilian center in Thessaloniki. And also health is very important, what we call medical technology, medtech. And you know Pfizer is located in Thessaloniki, and we collaborated Pfizer with the Israeli Sheva Medical Center, one of the largest and best in Israel. And so in all these fields, we bring our experts, collaborations. This is how we create the ecosystem. These are some of the pictures we have to say it's the men behind all of this. And here you can see the model of the park in Thessaloniki, which hopefully will start to be opened in 3 years maybe, and that's it. So thank you very much for this, and hope to see you in more quiet days.